I swear I'm becoming the community member that answers the most questions from YouTube. I'm not a politician, and I certainly do not work for Google, but I'm getting tons of really good questions being sent through my YouTube account, which isn't always the easiest thing to track. I do prefer you send questions to my email address, chris@perillo.com. Regardless, this came in from Cygnus, the YouTube user, and it's in regards to e-readers and ebooks. Technology lying in wait or falling flat on its face. I think they're a great idea with great potential. What can you foresee as problems? I see uproar from booksellers, but there will always be a hard copy market for sure. But it's sure to decline if e-readers become mainstream. I think I'd rather carry a 5-ounce e-reader for my college textbooks and then up to 20 pounds of books on my back, plus my laptop in addition, not to mention my favorite reads, but that's just me. Cygnus, first of all, I guess we should answer Technofreak's question, what's an ebook? You can think of an ebook as a book or text that is in an electronic format that you could carry around and read on your mobile device, whether it happens to be an iPhone or just a regular Windows mobile device. In fact, years ago, the old Pocket PCs came with a mobile reader, the ebook format from Microsoft, and they had a variety of books available with in this particular .lit format, but it never really caught on. Great reading technology, great bookmarking technology, no argument. It was convenient to carry around. Unfortunately, the industry just kind of moved past it. Now, you might have purchased an ebook in the past, and it likely comes in PDF. In a PDF portable document format that's been put out by Adobe. It's not an open standard at this point, although I think and I hope they're moving towards that, just because PDF is pretty ubiquitous. You should be able to view a PDF on just about any operating system, if not any type of device. If you want a good resource for free ebooks, Gutenberg is the place for you to go. Volunteers from across the world have translated texts, books, classic books that are in the free domain or the open domain, so that anybody can take and do anything they want with that text. Nobody owns the copyright anymore, because the authors have shuffled off their mortal coil and have since passed on in most cases. So that's a good place to go to get ebooks that you can read on a variety of devices, including your computer. So why would you want to read text on a laptop versus, well, let's say a real printed book? Well, one of the things that I like about ebooks or having text inside some kind of document or even on a web page is that I can search for things easily. One of the things that I always do, and I consider manuals potentially ebooks, when I buy something, the first thing I do is I go online as if it's not there all the time, and I search for a manual in many cases that is also available in PDF, so that if I need help with something, instead of going to some kind of booklet and trying to look something up in the index, I can't find anything, I'll be able to search for it because I know the keyword that I'm looking for. That's the advantage of having the text in an electronic format. And then, of course, if it's in a format that is compatible with my mobile device, then I could copy everything I need to the mobile device and then carry everything I need around with me. Full-on books are in ebook format, and in some cases just, regular old manuals. The paper is the zip drive. Oh, that's funny, Pretzel. It's very true. Who remembers zip drives? I still have zip disks somewhere around here. Boy, that's an old technology I bet a lot of the audience doesn't even know about. But manufacturers, as I mentioned, Windows had their ebook reader that came on their Pocket PC devices. I don't really see it on the newer versions of the operating systems, though. I think it's kind of a dead format at this point. But Sony has tried to get into ebooks. Certainly, you can read documents on your PSP, and some people do. It's a great way to scan text to carry it around with you. The old, even the older devices handle ebooks in a better fashion than some of the newer devices because the buzz has kind of disappeared. People are not inclined to read on a mobile device. There's a much more rich experience to be had in mobile these days. Video, audio, and certainly text is somewhat interesting, but not as interesting as an audiobook, let's say, especially on a device that can carry an audiobook, like with audible.com. So Sony's tried something. I know of a new ebook reader that's coming out. I can't talk about it. I'm under embargo, but I've looked at it, and I think on the surface it has strong potential. I don't know if it's going to take off though in the marketplace. They may have done some things that may cripple its adoption. If of course they could get colleges to sign off and having all the textbooks in an electronic format. If they're not already on the web, that's the way it needs to go. There's time and there's a place for having print copies of something, but when you're on the go, I mean, having an ebook, having a text reader is a nice thing, just to carry around with you. I could carry around, in theory, a whole library, Shakespeare's entire works, on this little phone. Am I going to do that? Not necessarily, because I was never really much of a Shakespeare fan. I never caught on to the whole Middle English thing, but the idea is again, you could, in theory, carry more around with you with a much smaller footprint, and certainly in a lightweight fashion. But ebooks are one of those technologies that we keep waiting and we keep waiting and we keep waiting. Is it going to happen? Eventually, as the technology gets better, the hardware, storage, accessibility, and of course the breadth of coverage available. Part of the thing is that you have to get a lot of these print editions to be accessible by the web, and then of course once it's accessible by the web, it's got to be legible. And that's the beauty of at least the iPhone, is that I forgot I'm still tethered. I'm still charging the iPhone right now. Almost broke it there without even having used it for the first time. The advantage is that it has a very nice screen reader, and you can access websites. So in theory, you've got your ebook library just sitting, waiting for you right there on a device with a beautiful screen. The same holds true for the PSP, another beautiful screen. That's been a hindrance. I don't know. What do you guys think? Ebooks, are they going to make it, or is it just another one of those things like, it was interesting at one point in time, but really the world has kind of moved on beyond the beauty of ebooks, and we're still going to either rely on print or use whatever device we have accessible. Forget about the format, forget about ebooks. Let me know what you think, or of course if you've written any ebooks, as I have. I've got 17 ebooks that I've compiled about Windows and OS X and the internet. In fact, I'm going to be giving those ebooks away to people who come to GnomeDex. I mean, the advantage is, not that strong. I mean, it's been a while, but the tips are still very useful, and I'm sure people will find usefulness, and if not them, then maybe people who don't know much about technology in their family would appreciate them. So I'm giving away 17 ebooks at GnomeDex. They're for sale on the web, and you can buy them at lockergnome.com. Anyway, ebooks, I don't know. What do you think? Are they worth everything that they're cracked up to be? Are they even cracked up, or are they just cracked? Let me know what you think, and of course, if people haven't already typed in the URL where you can find us live 24 hours a day, whether or not I'm here, these guys certainly are, probably talking about ebooks. Ooh, it's a conspiracy. Ebooks, they're made of green tomatoes. I don't know. I'm saying that because I don't know how to end the video, other than just saying I'm ending the video now. I mean, right now. Now I'm ending the video right now. Now.